Today, we're diving into a powerful and timely conversation. Women who lead, the influencers, innovators, and executives. We know that across the cleaning industry, women are stepping into leadership roles in manufacturing, distribution, building service contracting, every aspect of the industry. They're shaping strategy, driving innovation, and influencing the future of the industry, the future of business. In today's conversation, we're joined by three accomplished leaders who bring different perspectives, experiences, and leadership styles, but they share a common thread of success. And these are the three ladies with us today. We have Lauren Belsky, Ashley Fubini, and Kelly Orchard. And I'd like each of them to introduce themselves, tell us about what they do, their title, their role with their company. And Lauren, let's start with you. Tell us about yourself.
Hi, everyone. I'm Lauren Belsky. I'm the Marketing Operations Manager at Imperial Dade. I currently focus on B2B content marketing strategies that support both brand awareness and sales growth. I've been in the industry since 2019, working closely with teams to develop educational content, digital experiences, and campaigns that both help internal and external customers. I'm also involved in ISSA and ISSA Hygeia.
Thank you, Lauren. And I think all of you are involved with ISSA to some degree. So thank you for saying that for sure. Ashley, let's go to you next. Tell us about yourself.
Good afternoon. Thanks for having us, Jeff. I am Ashley Fubini, the Sales Vice President here at Clorox Purell. I manage our field sales team on the East Coast, so stretching all the way from North Dakota down to North Carolina and all the people north of that. So very busy with our field sales team. I have been in the industry for 23 years, 10 of which have been spent at Gojo, Purell, and now Clorox Purell. Also a huge supporter and advocate for ISSA Hygeia, having been on a committee there for almost a decade as well.
As they say, thank you for your service. And Kelly?
Hi, yes, thank you. Kelly Orchard. I'm a category manager at Network Distribution, which is a global distribution organization headquartered out of Schaumburg, Illinois. I have been with Network for about 3.5 years, in the industry for going on 16. In my role, I partner with various suppliers and to serve our distribution members across the country. I am also actively a member of ISSA's Hygeia program and a part of the class of 2025 emerging leaders. So thank you for having me.
Thank you, Kelly. And for again, as well, thank you for all you do for ISSA and the industry. All three of you are great contributors to making it a better place. We have a few questions for you. So Ashley, we'll start with you on this one. Tell us, what do you like the most about your role and your place in the industry?
Sure. I love that question because I love my job. So that's a pretty easy one for me to start with. I get the pleasure and luxury of leading sales directors in our organization who manage our frontline sellers. So the sellers that are out there in the field every day calling with end users, calling on distributor sales reps, and really looking to grow our business together. What I love about that is I'm constantly getting to build new talent and new teams and see how we can best service and build strategies with our customers. So since my team touches end users and distributor leadership and co-ops and subject matter experts across verticals and channels, I can simply say that no 2 days are alike. There's always something exciting and something new to do. And there's always growth opportunities, both for my people and for myself on a daily basis. So for that, I am constantly excited about my role.
And I bet your day goes by very fast.
It sure does.
And Kelly, we'll go to you on the same question. What do you like most about your role and your place in the industry?
Sure. So I love my job as well, and I love this industry. I'm very grateful to be a part of it. It's been great to me over the last 16 years. I will say what I really enjoy the most, though, about my role as a category manager, I focus so much on driving category performance and growth through strategic planning and building on relationships and maintaining those long-term partnerships. But ultimately, all of that work that I put in on the daily basis drives business results, which ultimately can positively impact the lives I interact with. So the fact that I can bring value to those, not only in my organization, but our external partners as well, really is what keeps me going. It's a key motivator for me. And it fulfills me at the end of the day.
Well said. Thank you for that. And Lauren, how about you? What do you like the most?
I do also really love my job. And I think what I enjoy most about it is really the ability to make a real impact through the education that I share. So, me and my team, we produce a lot of blogs, a lot of videos, a lot of social content, a lot of web content. And it's really promoting the products and solutions we sell from many distributors that directly affects the health, safety, efficiency, and so much more of our customers and end users. Like just for an example, we create content about how to use the right hand sanitizer or the best floor cleaner. So it may not be just about performance, but really safety. And it's nice to see that.
Thank you, Lauren. Agreed. Well, we can now go deeper into our conversation. And Kelly, we're starting with you on this. When you look at your journey into leadership, what were the defining moments or decisions that shaped who you are as a leader today?
So I would say my journey into leadership has been shaped more so by moments where I had to take ownership outside of my own immediate responsibilities. One example that I can think back to is earlier in my career when I was transitioning into a new role. I was experiencing a lot of leadership change in a short period of time. So naturally, being new, it really worried me. I thought it was going to hinder my development, but in the end, it really was the opposite effect. I actively chose to change my mindset to think of the positive outcomes that could come with all of this change I was experiencing. And I really chose this time to step it up. I got out of my comfort zone. I took on new stretch projects that I probably wouldn't have had the opportunity to partake in, or I might not have been ready for, but I was able to learn from those challenging times and learn new skills. But I would say, this taught me to be resilient. It taught me adaptability, which are characteristics that you need as a leader. But more so, I would say that it taught me that leadership isn't just about your title. You can influence, you can support those around you as an individual contributor as well.
Good. Thank you for that. And Lauren, you're next. What do you think?
Yeah, kind of parlaying off that, I think a really big key here is just taking opportunities that you may not think you're ready for at that time. Sometimes I think we underestimate ourselves, but we are capable of a lot more than we think.
And Ashley, anything to add to that?
Yeah, I actually, a pivotal time in my career, I actually took a lateral move, which I know a lot of us don't get excited about, and it's maybe not as shiny and bright as those special letters are before or after your name on a resume. But I really went from managing a huge, large national corporate account that I loved growing, and I really enjoyed seeing how we could adopt new strategies each year. But I wanted to move into people management. So I took a lateral move that allowed me to build a team and allowed me to kind of stretch my wings into a different skill set. And so I think through that, looking left, looking right, just constantly engaging with new opportunities and not being scared of change, even if it is a little bit of a stretch assignment or a little bit of something that you just always wanted to try, but giving yourself the grace and the confidence to be able to do that.
What makes you happy? What makes you get to where you want to be is what's important, whether it's lateral or up or what, any direction. But thank you for that honest thought. Lauren, your turn to start. And I love this question because it's kind of personal. Each of you operates in a fast-moving competitive space. I think that's for sure. For you, what personal habits, mindsets, or leadership traits have been most critical to your success?
I think I have three key habits here or traits that I would bring up. First being adaptability. Our industry is constantly evolving. I work in marketing, new technology, AI right now, constantly coming out. So just being open to change and willing to pivot at any time is critical. Being really open to continuous learning is very important. Also, number two, being proactive. It's too slow to be reactive. Whether that's content planning, anticipating customer needs, or supporting something internal, forward thinking is really, really important. And then lastly, I would just say consistency. Showing up every day with the same excitement, level of focus, commitment is really, really important. And that's something to do, or that's something easy to do when you love your jobs.
Yeah, it does make it a bit easier, that's for sure. Ashley, how about you? Habits, mindsets, leadership traits.
Sure. I think the ability to manage my time and stay organized is probably critical, not only to my life but also to my job. There's a lot of daily obligations going on. I'm a mother of three daughters that are all under the age of 13, so that comes with its own challenges. And then on top of that, running a sales organization, so constantly making sure that I prioritize and really focus on the things that I need to get done each day. I actually keep a running to-do list that's a 15, 30, and 90-day to-do list so I can push some things out that make sense that aren't as critical in the moment, and then also push myself to pull things forward when time does allow as well. And that's because I'm juggling internal project work, external customer needs, team development, on top of everything else in a day-to-day business. So I would just say really forcing myself to look at what matters on a daily basis and allowing myself to say no when there's an event or a request that does not generate a return on my time investment.
I bet those three daughters make a lot of requests on your time.
They sure do.
Thank you. Thank you for that. And Kelly, I believe you're next.
For me, it's crucial that I prepare. I believe the art of preparation is, it has to be learned in a way. But the minute that I stopped winging things and I stopped running fast and I started really sitting down and preparing, was when I saw a shift in my personal and my professional development. The more you prepare, the more comfortable you become, and that ultimately helps you grow your own confidence. So prepare, prepare, prepare.
That's important. Preparation. You can always prepare to prepare.
Exactly.
Ashley, I think we're to you to start the next question. Leadership often comes with pressure and visibility. How do you build confidence, make tough decisions, and stay grounded when the stakes are high?
That is a hard question in a lot of ways, and also an easy one. I'm pretty fortunate here at Clarksville. My leadership team is one that is grounded and always learning. They allow us to experiment. They allow us to start new pilot programs and kind of explore how might we or new ways of working, and then constantly trying to stay along with that evolution, as Lauren mentioned, in our industry right now. So it really helps me to stay grounded and to build my confidence by preparing, which is something that Kelly just spoke to as well. And then frequently checking in to make sure we're giving progress updates, and all along the way staying transparent with leadership to make sure that no one's getting blindsided or that we don't get off track. And then because of that, and because we have those frequent check-ins, just knowing that when we produce a product in the end, it's going to be high quality. And then that certainly turns around and gives me the confidence to go try a new project in the future.
Thank you. Thank you. Appreciate that. And Kelly,
So I think building confidence takes practice. It's a work in progress. The more you say yes to opportunities and you get out of your comfort zone and prepare and psych yourself up, channeling that excitement over nervousness, I think all of that will help, creating confidence and letting it become second nature. But I think, to stay grounded and in making tough decisions, seek mentorship if you have that opportunity. I'm fortunate enough at Network, we have a great leadership team and just everybody's always welcoming and ready to lend a helping hand. So if you have a mentor or if you can utilize one of the mentoring programs through ISSA Hygieia, Network, we have ours too that we utilize. I think, just running questions off of other leaders will just help you in the long run.
good advice. Good advice for sure. And Lauren, sorry you have to go last on this one.
No worries. Yep. So that's definitely a loaded question. There's a lot going on there, but for me, I'll start first off, confidence. Really, Kelly hit the nail on the head. I think a lot of confidence for me just comes from preparation and clarity. Just again, being proactive, being prepared, understanding what the goal is, and then kind of working from there. For the making tough decisions, again, I would go back to what Kelly said. Networking, mentorship is really important. Just use your team, use the people you work with. You don't have to find the answers by yourself a lot of times, especially if you're not sure. So a strong leader really uses the people around them. And then to stay grounded, I really just come back to the purpose. So again, I mentioned it, I think, in the first question, but the work we do, whether you're a distributor, manufacturer, a business, so we're all supporting a healthier community. So it really goes back to just how are we going to help the people we're serving?
Thank you, Lauren. All right, one more question, and Kelly, we'll start with you. This is your opportunity to shape the industry to some degree. For women coming up in the industry who aspire to leadership roles, what's
Mhm.
one piece of advice you wish you had received earlier in your career that you might share with them today?
I will share that positivity will take you farther than you can imagine. Having an open mind, being optimistic, just being appreciative of where you're at today and getting excited for the future. I think that will take you farther than you can imagine. Also, people enjoy being around other people with positive demeanors. This is a big industry, but at the end of the day, it is tight knit, and you can create lasting impressions by having a positive outlook. So I'd say positivity, it's a cheat code.
I like that. Very good. And Lauren, how about you?
I would say definitely advocate for yourself and your ideas. It's really important to have your voice and your ideas show. Whether you're younger and coming up in the industry or have been in the industry, don't be afraid to speak your mind.
Good advice. And Ashley, I guess we call this the final word. What do you think?
No pressure there. For me, if I was given myself advice 20 years ago, I think I would tell myself to think about what could be instead of what is, and then ask those hard questions to get to what the could be or where you want to go. In the case of looking at every day as a learning experience, it changes your mindset. It changes the mindset of those that how you address people around you by seeing them as potential teachers and constantly trying to learn something from everyone that's around you will make each day interesting and will also make you really fulfilled at the end of the day.
Well said. Well, I want to thank all three of you for your time today. I know you're busy. This will be a great piece for the industry to look at what you do and imitate what you do as well.